to check out this movie. My name is Lucas, and I have some recommendations for you. The first one is Deathbed, The Bed That Eats, 1977. In a spooky castle, a dead man is entombed behind a painting, and his spirit has to listen to the constant snores of a living bed.
I think half that time I've spent in listening to that monster snore.
Two young lovers with nothing better to do arrive, and a farting door beckons them. Little do they know that this bed is starving, and their little picnic lunch is just an appetizer. Its digestive acid takes big bites of a chicken leg and uncorks a wine bottle. The owner of the castle recommends it to 3 ladies. One of them regrets going, so she walks down a cliff and sits in poison ivy. They decide to take turns napping on the hungry bed, and the first one is almost too ugly to eat.
That's odd.
The bed even toys with its prey, causing it nightmares. While it creatively kills. Has a taste for literature, and even eats the luggage in this hilarious and fictional work of art. City Heat, 1984, is awesomely decorated to represent the 1930s, with rainy stone streets and neon signs. Copper Clint Eastwood is in the diner, and some big toughs are looking for comedic private investigator Burt Reynolds.
How's the stew? Not too good. That's too bad. I'll try the Ritz. Maybe not.
And the opening scene is a riot.
Is this one working again? I'm not disturbing you, am I? I got a situation here. You back?
Shaft is the bandit's partner, but he's also in cahoots with the syndicate. Bert's secretary is smitten, but he also checks on his main squeeze, who is stuck in a bed bath, and beyond. There are lots of laughs, crafty dialogue.
It's black tie, sir. Thank God I've got one.
Double crosses, vintage marquees, Tommy guns, and lots of classic noir touches in this seedy city. Murder by Contract, 1958. A young man wants to get into the business.
I want to be a contractor.
Have you done it before?
No, sir.
You can only make a mistake once in this job.
I don't make mistakes.
So he can afford to buy the house he wants. And the contractor puts him through a few tests to make sure he won't leave behind any clues. He's slick, strict, and effective, but is caught off guard by one of his assignments. He uses evolutionary traits to stay one step ahead.
The human female is descended from the monkey, and the monkey's about the most curious animal in the world. If anything goes on, it just can't stand it not to know about it. Same thing with a woman.
We catch a glimpse of the Glendale Transportation Center train station and the old Hall of Records. Martin Scorsese was inspired by the pull-up scene in this movie and had Travis do pull-ups in Taxi Driver. Domestic Disturbance, 2001. John Travolta and Pam Fokker are separated, and their teenage son is acting out at school. Vince Vaughn is the new stepdaddy.
I do.
And the kid isn't thrilled.
Do you ever wish that things could be, like they were?
Mr. Pink shows up at the wedding, and he's not forever holding his peace.
Long time no see.
Yeah, right. We got a lot of catching up to do.
Can't wait.
Thanks for dressing up.
The kid gets an eyeful of Vince Vaughn's evil side, but no one believes him, since he's been a turd lately. And now he has to live in the same house with the monster he ratted on. Filmed in North Carolina, the motel is the Shady Tree Inn at 512 North Howell Street in Southport. And while filming in Wilmington, North Carolina, Steve Buscemi was stabbed in a bar fight. California Split, 1974, is one of the best gambling movies of all time. Elliot Gould is carefree and enjoys the banter.
7 smooth. No good, I got a 6 perfect. Sorry, damn it, that last one.
And George Segal is tentative and stressed. The two become fast friends. Team up and shack up and take to the horse tracks and casinos in search of the long shots and the big parlay payoffs. But if they score, will it satisfy them? Will it be worth what they wagered? The loss of their families? The relationships that they can't mend? And the time that they can't get back?
I suddenly got very tired. Yeah, I know, I could see that. I was amazed. You walked away from the table and you left all your chips.
Charlie, there was no special feeling.
Don't mean a fucking thing, does it?
Charlie, I have to go home.
Confessions of a Driving Instructor, 1976. At an outhouse turned motor car school, British Julia Roberts is supposed to have her eyes on the road, but her student reminds her of that guy from Spinal Tap. And she succumbs to her desires. And the cars must be kin to Herbie the Love Bug. And they need to go to church. The dad brings home a charity collection box from the Lost Property Office.
That was pathetic, for charity.
And they acquire a dump of a driving school.
Oh, just wait till you see it.
William Wallace runs a rival driving school across the lane.
It behoves us not to sit on our laurels.
Don't dream of sitting on anybody's laurel, especially ours.
And their first client is Miss Slenderpants in this corny, goofy, breast and shrubbery-filled, spicy comedy with endless innuendos and puns.
Shall I pop it in for you?
Come along, monster. Time to pop you inside.
Now let's get something straight between us.
I think we already have.
Blue Ruin, 2013. A guy has been living out of his blue car since his parents were killed, and the murderers are being released from prison. He returns to his hometown and stabs one of them in the face in a dive bar bathroom. And steals their limousine. Luckily, his old friend, Buzz from Home Alone, is a veteran and hooks him up with some firepower.
You recognize it? Dun, 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 dun. It's A-Team guy, man, from the show.
He tracks down the rest of the family to exact his blue vengeance. And if you drank every time you saw something blue in this movie, you'd be hammered. Bucktown, 1975. Fred Williamson gets off the train and sees cops beating and robbing a guy. He gets a room in a sleazy motel.
Got a room?
I could turn you on to a whole lot of fun.
No thanks.
Before going to his brother's funeral.
Yeah, I'm Duke Johnson.
Where he's berated by Pam Grier because he didn't show up until it was too late.
Where were you when he needed your help? There's nothing you can do about it now, except for to find the time to come and bury him and collect his stuff and split.
Fred Williamson is the sole beneficiary and is convinced to reopen his brother's club to raise the resale value. But he encounters small-town corruption and a lot of derogatory language. Did they really think they were going to shake down Fred Williamson?
You want to do business in Bucktown, you got to pay for the privilege.
Well, you see, I've already paid.
Especially after Carl Weathers showed up. Filmed on Kansas City's famed 12th Street Strip, which has all been torn down and replaced by the Power and Light District. Eye of the Tiger, 1986. Two guys are getting dressed, and it turns out their affair in the clink is over. Bargain, Al Pacino, and Gary Busey are paroled.
That's it? I'm free? It is? It's yours.
Mr. Joshua returns to his wasteland hometown to find it overrun with a dirt bike gang headed by a seriously sinister villain.
I make the rules.
The parole officer is Seymour Cassell from such films as Eye of the Tiger.
You're an asshole then, and you're a bigger asshole now.
And Staten Island, 2009. His buddy, Yaphet Moto, Mr. Big, from Live and Let Die, tells him,
I'm retired. I'm laying on the beach, working on my tan.
Busey selflessly stops an attack on an innocent lady. The sheriff is the villain's bitch, and his vendetta with Busey stems from his jealousy over the admiration that war veteran Gary Busey receives from the town person.
He come back from overseas with medals.
The flimsiest home construction in history doesn't mean Busey won't fight to the death for peace. In this haymaker that went straight to VHS. I hope you enjoy these recommendations. Thanks for stopping by. Check out this movie. We'll see you on the next one.